Oh, by the way, guys, Forum told me that tomorrow we are going to have the recordings. So I will put them on YouTube and I will share this with you. Okay. So you have more for the weekend and you can work with that during the weekend.
But Prof, I have one question for the first assignment. For the first question, we don't have the question materials for the.
Oh, I sent, yeah. I completely forgot to attach the document. I attached this today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
just send today. Yes, you're completely right. I think you mentioned to me. Yes, we have I have attached the attachment today. Okay, after the second assignment.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you. One minute and we'll start. Okay, guys, so let me show you my screen. Where is MATLAB? Here's MATLAB. Do you see MATLAB, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so let's finish with the graphs. We have done plots, we have done some bars. So let's do bars and stairs plots. Okay, so let's do, for example, let's create x to be between minus 2.9. Let's increase by 0.2 and let's go to 2.9. Oops, what happened here? Okay, I don't want to show this stuff. Basically, I'm increasing from minus 2.9 to 2.9, increasing by 0.2. You can do 0.1, whatever, but let's do this. Okay, let's create y. Y is going to be the exponent of minus, in other words, x star x transposed. Where's my x here? Like that. So, guys, if you remember the normal distribution is basically, it has this function here, is x squared, is exponent of x squared. And then, of course, it has some parameters at the beginning that simply correct for the shape. Got it? So let's create this one here. It's an exponential function, and you're going to see how this works. And then what we can do is let's do a MATLAB command that is called var, and let's do var xy. Okay. So this is we can do perhaps a title. Let's put the title, perhaps bar chart of a bell curve. This is a title only. Okay, and then we can run this one. Here you go. Do you see? What we have created, guys, is a normal distribution using the var command. Now, there is something very similar that is called the stairs. These are fancy graphs only. And let's call this stairs chart of a bell curve. So what do we do, guys, if I want to create a new figure? What do I need to do here? Do you remember? I want to create an open, empty figure. And then I want to write these stairs. What do I need to do?
A figure.
Exactly. So what I need to create is a figure. Okay. So what it does is basically opens a new figure. I'm not deleting the previous one. So you see, guys, it's simply this stairs, so you don't see anything in between. This has the rectangles. And now what we can do is we can do the histogram. Okay. So the histogram, guys, by definition, it has only 10 beans. Okay. By default, sorry. Let's define another y. Or let's define z, for example. And I will do, and this is another command that we use a lot, is random normal. Okay. And what I will do is I will create 5,000 random normal and one column. So basically a vector of 5,000 random normal numbers and one column. Got it? So what I've done is I simply created, this is random normal, normally distributed random variables. I have created 5,000 of them, and I'm putting them, I'm writing them in a vector that is 5,000 rows by one column. And then we can do the histogram. So we can do the histogram of Y and X. Oh, I deleted one of my graphs now. Sorry, why I have my, oh, my X. Let me check my X again. Now where's my X, okay. It's just, oh. Let me check what's going on my. So okay, it's Y, X. Yeah, this has been driving me nuts because they have changed the functions now in this new version. So let me delete this one here. Let me delete this one here. So what is my X? It's 30. Okay, so this is okay. Let me check what I have changed here. Okay, let's do help hist. Okay. M is the scalar and uses M beans. Yeah, so okay, I have my M beans here. So Y is not working. Histogram of Y and M. Okay, so let me check if I do hist. Oh, sorry, I know what is wrong. Come on. It is, sorry, it is X, do you remember? X is this number here, this is correct. And I have defined Z. Where is Z? This is Z. So what I want to do now is a histogram, not of Y, but of Z. Okay, now it should go. Yeah. Do you understand that the mistake I was using Y, and this is not Y. I need to use Z here. So what I've done is, guys, I have created a histogram, and these are the beans. The beans are going to be between 2.9, increasing by 0.2 to 2.9, and I'm drawing basically the normal distribution, the histogram of normal distribution based on these 5,000 observations. And this is what we get here. You see, it looks normal or not? Not so normal, right? Why it doesn't look really, really normal, a smooth function? Any ideas? Any ideas, guys? How we can improve our shape? The way we can improve our shape, guys, is moving this number here, the number of observations that we are creating. So now let's assume that I do 50,000 observations with Z. Got it? So my number of random variables is going to be 50,000 now. Okay, let's do the histogram again. And you're going to see that eventually this looks more like a normal. And of course, if you do, I don't know, $500,000, this is going to look more and more and more like a normal distributed. Make sense? So basically, the way the shapes are created when we use any econometric book is based on a huge number of repetitions.
Professor, sorry, could you just scroll up to the beginning for a second?
Scroll down, scroll up or down?
Up, please.
Yeah, of course. Oh, I have a lot of.
Thank you. All set.
Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Questions, guys? Questions, guys? No questions? So we can move on the perhaps 3D arrays. Okay, so let's do the following case. Okay, so let's create. I don't have my panel data here. Yeah. Let me check if I have my panel data that we created a long time ago. Okay, so let me panel. Okay, panel data. No. Yeah, let's create a panel data, guys. So remember, let's create 5 years. Remember, we had this one here a long time ago. This is gonna be a pain to write this again, but we have this one here. No, we don't have it. Okay, guys. So let's draw the panel data, please. If you go with me, so we can move this quicker. And then we said, yeah, we should have these numbers somewhere. So this was 3 years of data. No, sorry, 5 years of data, 3 individuals for and that this was savings and sorry, the first phase was income, and the second phase was savings. Hopefully, I'm not making mistakes. Okay, so this is going to be my first phase. I will put this together in 1 second, okay? And my second phase that corresponds to the savings are going to be the following. And here we go. So what I will do now is I will plot panel. So here are the numbers, okay? So you just write them in these orders. 100,000, 72,000, 41,000, semicolon, 125, 82.5, etc. Okay, let's say 3 minutes to do this. And then we can work with graphs and all the things. Ready, guys? Guys, do you have this?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So what we remember is what I will try to do now is I will try to do a 3D plot. Okay, so what I will do is I will create X, and I will do X for the people. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I will be focusing my graphs on the individuals. Got it? And then what I will do is I will say a plot. The 3D plot is called plot 3. And then what I want to do, guys, is okay, I want to include X. And then I want, let's say, the income and savings for the 3 individuals for the first year, let's say. Okay, so income and savings for the 3 individuals for the first year. Okay, so this is going to be X from panel. I want the first row, all individuals, first phase, that is income. And in the next one, I want in the next axis, I want panel, all the first year. So all individuals, and second phase. Do you agree, guys? Do you understand what I'm doing? So what I will draw is the income for a year. It's going to be the income for 1 year of all the individuals. This is the income of the same year. Sorry, this is the savings of the same year for all the individuals. So remember, the phase 2 is having this one here. So basically, guys, what we're going to draw is this part here and this part here. Do you agree? And what we want to see is, okay, if for an individual that made $100,000 the first year, how much he saved, etc. Okay, so we can do, perhaps we can do some labels. So let's do X label. So X label is going to be individual, right? The X is going to be individual. My Y label is going to be income, correct? So the first one is income. And my Z label is going to be savings, right? So now we can see the graphs. Yeah, the graph is too white. Let's add grids. So let's put grid on. Basically, what it does is creates grids like this. You see, much better to identify. And then, guys, what we can do is just click in one of the intersections. And so what we have here is the following. So I have income. Sorry, we have the individuals here. Of course, we have individual 1, 2, and 3 only. We have the incomes of each of these guys, and then we have the savings on the upper part. Right? We can move this graph. If you use the mouse, guys, you can click on the mouse, and this can be moved as you prefer, and as you believe is going to help you better. So this point here, for example, means the following. This corresponds to individual number 2. Its savings, sorry, not its savings. Its income was 72,500. And the savings were equal to 22,500. So the income, guys, is 72,000. So it's basically at this point here, you see, around this point here, 72. And then if you go up, what is the savings of this individual is going to be equal to 22, basically this point here, 22,500. Makes sense to you? So you understand? Of course, you can make this, try to make this more, yeah, perhaps it's like that. You know, you can play with the way you can present this one here. Perhaps looks better than that. So the 7 is around here. This goes around here. And then the 22,000 is more or less around here. Perhaps something like that looks better. Okay. Have you been able to move the graph, guys? Have you been able to move the 3D graph? Have you been able to, for example, I want to click here, and then appears, this is individual 1. He made $100,000 and $35,000 savings. Make sense? Are you able to move the graph? That's important.
Yes.
Perfect. So now this was a particular year. So let's do a figure, okay? Just to compare. So now what I want, guys, is not only of that of 1 year. I want to see the income and savings of these individuals for all the years that we have in our sample. So basically what I'm saying is I'm removing this one here. So I want all years for all individuals. I want to see the behavior of their income and the behavior of the savings, you know, and see perhaps, you know, the more the income, the larger the income, the larger the savings. Is this true? Yes or no? You know, a graph that allows us to do that. So I can do again the namings just to check. So let's copy this X label in the Y label, income C label, this one here, and let's put also the grid on so we can have a decent graph like that. So remember that in this way here, so the income side is that the income is growing. Do you agree? So this one here, these dots here corresponds to individual number 1. Do you see? So you can see that their income increased from 100 something, moved to 125. Next year, moved to 180. Next year, moved to 300,000. And the last year, it moved to $425,000. Okay, so the income, remember, the income moves in this way here. So you're reading the income, the 400 something, 425 is here. So if we just take individual 1 and its income, so the income is going to be at this point here. Do you agree, guys? So now for this individual 1 that had an income of 425, what was its saving? What saving is moved in the vertical axis. So in the vertical axis, this individual was able to save $354,000. Make sense? Now you can see, guys, what happens with individual number 3. He's also growing the savings, but the savings are the vertical axis. They're growing, but they're growing too small. He started with $41,000 income and 1,000 savings. Then he moved to 5,000, and then finally he moved to, I think this is $8,000. So he also increases its saving, but as soon as his his income is lower, much lower than this guy here, the growth in terms of monetary terms, of course, is also lower. Make sense? And then you can move this stuff if you want. Perhaps you can do this way. Or perhaps you can do a little like this way just to see the height. You know, you can move this as you prefer. Okay, guys. So there is another one that we also use. It's very similar to this one here. Okay, let me create another figure. So let's copy all what we have here. Let's create another figure. And then instead of plot 3, what we are going to use is the components are exactly the same, but the name is different. It's a mesh. Okay. And then let's create the same name. So my X label, my Y label, my C label, and the grid to see the lines. So take a look to what is the difference between the mesh and the simple plot 3. Let me move this one here. This is the mesh 3. Sorry, this is the mesh, and the plot 3 is this one here. You see, they are very similar. However, this one here, what it does, it helps you to basically identify the growth. You see, you can see here the growth of income was amazing in the vertical, sorry, in the horizontal axis income, but also it was amazing in terms of the savings. This one here is of course much better than this one here, but this one here also grows, but grows very slowly. Do you see that, guys? And then you can, of course, move this stuff as you want, and that's it. And there is one more, guys, that I want you to know. Sometimes the people use that. It's more artistic individuals. That is called a surf. Instead of mesh, we have surf. Let's do the same. X label, Y label, C label, and let's do the grid. You can see now. So it's simply graphics. And the other one, and this one here. Oh, I delete the mesh one. I didn't do the figure. You see that, guys? It's simply a matter of coloring. And then you can go and color this separately with this one here. You can do your colors as you want. Make sense? And of course, this one can be also moved accordingly. Perhaps like that is better. I don't know. It's up to you. Okay, if you want a data point, simply check the data points and then appears the information. And if you want something to appear, just click there. So for example, I want this one here. Just click in the dot. Oopsie. I'm not able, my mouse is crazy. And then you have it. So then it stays in the graph. And then you can simply file, save as, and remember, if you want to edit this one here, okay, so if you want to be able to edit in the future, you save as fig. So if you want to go back to MATLAB, open the figure and modify that. But if you want this for your papers, EPS is a good format.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
When would you use mesh or SUR?
You know, the mesh, I always use the mesh more. The mesh is the one that basically doesn't have the colors. Why? Because it delimits the line. So here you see that it's very tricky. Sometimes your vision is not perfect, so you don't see that there is a line here, you see? So this one here, I prefer it because it gives me a clear picture of what I want to see. You see? This is the mesh or the surf. This is the surf. Mesh is simply exactly like this one, but with no colors inside. And it's up to you. I have my students, my PhD students, you know, some of them are very artistic and they produce beautiful colors like this, or some are more technical and simply say it like this. All of them are correct. It's basically a matter of tastes. Make sense?
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that hopefully today we are going to be able to finish all the language that we need, and then next week we're going to be able to now program. We're going to start doing programs, okay? But that's funnier. But remember, you need to learn the language, please, and that's crucial, okay? So now let's go into text, guys. How MATLAB or R or Python treat text. So let's do the following. The way MATLAB recognizes this is text is we use the apostrophe. No, let's do, how about this character string? I'm just writing whatever. Okay, so I'm just writing something. Ready? So now, for example, guys, I want to capture character from this string. Got it? So MATLAB reads every character, including the space, as a position. So for example, if I want to capture the word character, so what I will do is, okay, you take from T as before, guys, you know, it's a vector. Now what I need to know, what positions are these ones here? So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right? I think it's from 16, go from 16 up to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Up to 24. Yes, we did it. You know, that's the way MATLAB works. It is like a vector. The only thing that you need to remember is that an space is also one character for MATLAB. Okay. Now, what is interesting, guys, is that MATLAB, have you heard about the ASCII code? So the ASCII code, guys, it's simply a numbers that go between 0 and 255, and every character that we use has a number. Okay, so for example, if I want to know what is the, let's define, for example, S equals A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay? This is my S. And I want the ASCII code of this one here. So what I do is how to transform text into ASCII code numbers. So basically what we do is use absolute. The one that we use for absolute values, exactly the same. And take a look. So if you press in your computers Alt plus 65 at the same time, Alt 65, what you get is A. If you type Alt 67, you're gonna get C, etc. You agree? So we use abs command to transform letters into ASCII code. Okay, so now, and this is really important, guys, when we are going to start doing programs for economics, we are going to be always changing from text. We are going to change this to numbers, and then going back from numbers to text again. Okay, so how do we go back into text again? So what I will call is, I will say x1, and the command is going to be set a string. Set str of what? Of m. And then I go back to the letters. Okay, so what is interesting too, guys, is that we can create, for example, let's create n that is going to be equal to s1 plus 5. You see? So what I've done is I have simply added to this text 5, and as soon as this is a numeric, this is going to be also converted in numeric. So what I have here is my ASCII code. So now I want to see what I have written here. What are these letters here? Let's do n1 equals a string, set a string of n. So these are the letters that we have created. Okay, so now I will stop this for a minute. I will stop sharing. I will write something for you. And then I want you to guess what I have written, okay? So let's say, give me 1 second. So let me check. Let me see what I can do. Okay, guys, I will show you again my screen and you need to guess what I have done. Okay, so what I want, this is what I wrote to you guys. G2 it looks like whatever, do you agree? What I can tell you guys, I want you to recover that the first letter the first word that I wrote you, okay? What I can tell you guys is that this letter here, in order to find what I have written to you originally, is you need to decrease by 5 the ASCII code of the corresponding letters here. Okay, tell me what I wrote you. Okay, someone? So that what I'm telling to you is that these letters here, in order to recover the word that I've written to you, is you need to decrease by 5 these letters. By 5, I mean the ASCII code of these letters. Ready? What I wrote, guys. Okay, guys, what did you do? What I wrote to you? Oh, someone wrote in the chat, so let's take a look. Hello. Yes. Do you agree with that or not? So let's create G3. And let's create G3. I told you, G3 is simply 5 minus this one here. Correct? And then what I can do is I can call G4. That is going to be set a string of G3. And here we go. Thank you, Abdi. Make sense to you or not, guys? So text is very easy. It's very easy to handle in MATLAB. So you have, if you want to transform letters or characters into ASCII code, you use abs of absolute value. And if you want to go back, you need to use set string. Got it? So there is another use of this type of text command. So let's type this one here. Okay, so let's assume, guys, that I have and this is common. Sometimes when you get data, imagine from the Federal Reserve, I don't know why. What they do is they do this type of things. These are texts, so they say year 2014, year 2014, year 2014. Okay, and these are texts. So if you take a look to that, and you do a whos, take a look to what is whos, what is X in this case, is a character. Sorry, I need to go back. Copy this one here so we can play with this stuff. Now, you know what? I think I can clean. I want to clean my workspace and clean commands so we can have more space. So what I will do now is this one here. That's all what I want to do at this point. Okay, guys, are you here? So if you do a whos, take a look. We have a character. So now what I want from you guys is let's create X1 and just one X. Oh, sorry. So just plot X. So this is X. So what I want you to create X1, just select 2014 for all of them. Okay, so I want from this X create an X1 that only captures 2014 of every row of this one here. Okay. How do we do that, guys? X1 is going to be what? Remember, is the same as having a vector. So I want to take the elements of X. What elements of X I want to take? All rows. And then from the columns, which columns we need to have? So remember, this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, etc. So what I want is column 3 to n. Do you agree? Or if you want 3 to 6, or 3 to size, etc. Here I go. I go 2014, 2014, 2014. The issue that I have here, guys, is that you see these apostrophes here. When I see this apostrophe here, this means that MATLAB is assuming this is still a character. Even though it looks numbers for us, it is still a character. So take a look to whose. You know, it's still a character. So now, how do we transform a character into a number? So let's do this. We can call this x2. And in order to transform a string into number, we use a string to num. This is something that we're going to be using all the time. Please, this command here is very, very useful. A string to num. And now you can do whose. And then you can see double is a number. Make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so now what we do now, guys, is we start working again with data sets, okay? And for that, what we're going to be using is a relational operator. So basically, we're going to be using smaller, of course, larger, smaller or equal, larger or equal, and in relational operators, we use equal to represent equal. Okay, I will show you in a minute. And not equal is going to be the tilde and unequal. This one here, guys, is something that you find, well, at least in the Dell computers. This is the tilde. You normally find this in the upper left side of your computer. Have you identified this one here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So these are the ones that we're going to be building. Okay, we're going to be using all the time. So let's delete this one here because they are simply commands. And let's create a couple of vectors. So let's create A. It's going to be 1 to 9. And let's create B. That can be 9 minus A. Okay, so B is going to be A minus 9. Oh, 8 is caps A. Here we go. Got it? So it's just two random vectors. Got it? I will do one example and then I will ask you questions. So imagine, guys, that I want to create X1. And what I want is to identify from A those elements that are larger than 5, for example. You agree? So what I want is A, number of elements larger than 5. Okay? So basically what I'm trying to do is X1 is going to store from A, I want these elements larger than 5. And this is what I want you to understand. So this is A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see that larger than 5 implies that these four last guys are larger than 5. Do you agree? So what is this 0 and 1? It's simply telling me which elements of my vector satisfy my condition. Agree? Guys, do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so now what I want from you is tell me, for example, the number, the elements of A that are equal in B. So basically, what elements of A are equal in the vector B? So let's call this X2. Okay. So how do you do that? So basically here, guys, is where you need to use the equal. So what I'm saying is give me the elements of A equals B. Okay, so that's the equal, guys. Please, A equals B. So take a look. Oh, what's going on? Here we go. So there is nothing. Do you agree? So A and B, they don't have elements that are common to them. Now what I want from you guys is you tell me the sum of elements of A that are larger or equal to 3. Oh, sorry. And let's call this X3. Okay, so how do we do that? X3 is going to be equal to what? So first of all, how do I find the elements of A larger than 3? So this one larger or equal than 3. This will make the trick, right? Guys, do you agree
Yes.
with me or not? Yes. Okay, but then I will have a vector of zeros and ones, correct?
Yeah, so you need to put some in front of
Exactly. What I do is I simply put the sum of these elements like this. correct? And that's it. How many elements of A are larger or equal than 3? 7 elements. Okay, so let me write again A and B, just to remember who they are. And I want you guys to think a little about this one here. So x4. What if I do the following? A plus B equals to 0. So what do you think is going to happen? Don't do this, but tell me, what do you think is going to happen? So it's going to be, what is going to be the first element of the new matrix x4? A plus B equals 0. So what is going to be the first element of my new matrix?
1,
1. And then the next one?
2. Only the last
Exactly.
one changes.
Only the last one is going to change because the vector B equals 0 is going to give me 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And the only one that satisfies this condition is this one. So basically what we expect from this equation here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. And this one is going to be equal to 10. Do you agree? Guys, make sense to you? Guys, make sense?
I'm sorry, why is it 10?
Oh, because remember, this condition here, B equals 0, is going to produce what? Is this 0? No, 0, correct? Is this 0? No, 0, etc. Make sense to you? So let's do this one here. Just to take a look to what happens if I do this one here. Look, it's going to produce 0, 0, 0, 0, and only 1 here. Why is that only 1 here? Because only this number here satisfies this condition.
Got it. Thank you.
Got it? And then you sum A, that is this matrix, times all zeros plus 1. Only the last 9 is going to be summed by a number 1. So that's why we have 10. Okay? Make sense to you guys? So now let's do this in a more useful way. So let's assume, guys, that I want to have, let me open a Word document. So what I want is, give me 1 second. Do you see my screen, right? So I want you to create something like that. So ID, and let's say age. Okay, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you translate this into, well, I think it was better to do this in Excel. Sorry, I will delete this one here. I will open Excel, okay? Excel. Okay, so what I want, guys, is the first column to be the IDs and the second column to be the ages, okay? So this is going to be 1, 2, 3. Let's do 7 individuals. And let's put this, 21, 18, 25, 19, 22, 23, 17, for example. Okay, can you put this? You see Excel, right? You can see Excel. Guys?
Do you want us to put this in MATLAB or
Yeah,
Excel?
in MATLAB. No, sorry. Do this in MATLAB. And call this one here ID and call this one age. Okay, ready? Let me type this in Word so I can copy this. Okay, guys. So let me, I typed this already. Where's MATLAB? So this is my H column. Do you agree? So my ID, how do I create my ID in a very simple way, guys? How do I create ID? It's a correlative number, right? That goes from 1 to 7, correct? So I can simply do 1 to 7 and then transpose this one here. Oh, sorry. The transpose needs to go into the, I need to create the vector. And then I transpose the vector. Got it? Now, how can I call, how do you create a matrix that is called IDH? I want to put these two things together. I want to put these things together.
You just do ID space H.
Yeah, exactly. So what you do is basically you want to put one next to the other one, simply do ID and H. If you want to put comma, that's okay. Make sense? And then I have my IDH. Make sense to you guys? Okay, so you have this matrix here. So what I want from you is to do the following. So let's do one, for example. Let's do okay to drink. Okay, so this is going to be a matrix that is going to have that is going to have the identity of the individuals that are okay to drink. Okay, so this is going to be ID of individuals okay to drink. So okay to drink, remember USA is larger or equal than 21 years old. Correct? So how is this going to be created? Okay to drink is going to be equal to what? Remember, I want the ID of the individual. So I need to use, the data comes from where? The data will come from IDH, from this matrix. Now, which rows you want me to use? Which rows you want me to select?
1.
Yes, exactly. So from IDH, all rows, first column, you agree? What I want is those individuals that are larger, or, no. It's 2. That the one that has the ages is 2, correct? So from the column that has all the ages, column 2, guys, in this matrix is this one here. Give me those that are larger or equal than 21. This is my rows. These are going to be my rows. Do you agree, guys? So remember, when I call something, I need to first put rows and then columns. So what column I'm interested in? I just want the ID, so I want column 1. Do you understand what this is doing, guys, here? What this is doing is the following. It's checking IDH, all the rows, column 2, so all these 21, 18, etc., 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 and checking those that satisfy this condition. So this one here, guys, is going to be a vector of zeros and ones. Got it? And then the zeros and ones for Excel, sorry, for MATLAB is going to be, if it's 0, you don't take this row. If it's 1, you take this row. Oh, what I done? Here we go. Take a look. IDH larger than 2, IDH second column larger or equal than 21. You can see the first one, the third, the fifth, and the sixth. So we have 4 elements. The first, the third, the fifth, and sixth. Do you see that? Okay, let's do a lot of examples because this is something that is going to be crucial for us understanding how to manipulate data and how to handle data. We will create something more. Let's create gender. And let's say, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's say 1, 2. Okay, so let's say men 1, female 2. Okay, can you create the new vector? Sorry, the new vector gender called gender, and then create a matrix that is going to be called IDH gender that has all these three things together, 3 columns together. Or okay, so guys, let me type this in a Word so I can copy this into MATLAB. So this is my gender, and then I will call ID, age, and gender. And I can call this one here as IDH. Do you agree? This is already ID and age. And then I can put gender. Okay, so I have my complete matrix. Okay, so what I want from you is the following. So let's have a Word document. Yeah, I can use my Excel perhaps. Okay, so what I want is question number 1. Give me the ID and gender of the okay to drink. Okay, and let's call this matrix okay drink, ID, gender. Okay, so this is, let me put this bigger. So, okay, let me do another one. So you can identify the females that have a legal drinking age. Okay, so what I want is the ID. And then let's call this okay drink female. Okay, so the name of the variable is going to be okay drink female. Okay, 3 minutes to do this, guys. Okay, I have a chat here. Oh, great. Thank you, Ying. Okay, 2 more minutes, guys. If you have some answers, please write them in the chat so I can copy paste and then put them in and analyze them in MATLAB. Someone? Okay, here I go. 1. Okay, drink. This is for what? Okay, drink ID gen or ID gender?
Gender, I didn't change the name, sorry.
Okay, so let me put this one here and let's analyze this one. Okay, so this is okay, drink ID gender, right? Okay, so let's analyze this one here, guys. You follow me for a minute, please. So I will use the data from ID. No, it's going to be not for ID. It's going to be from this one here, right? Or perhaps you didn't change the name also. That's good. So ID, age, gender has all this information here. And what I want is from this matrix, I want to select all the rows, second column, only this. Because I'm interested about the variable of analysis is the second column. And I want all of them that are 21 years of old. And then the only thing that I want is positions, columns 1 and 3. So indeed, this one here should be 1, 3. Agree with me or not, guys? So this one here is simply the number of rows. The rows are going to be selected based on the second column, the ones that are larger than 21. And the columns that I'm interested in producing are simply column number 1 and column number, what's calling this? Column number 3. Make sense? Yeah. Here I go. Is it true or not? The first one is wait. Yes, the first one is ID is 1, so this is a male. Number 3 is a female. Number 5 is a female, and number 6 is a male. Correct? Guys, you agree? So basically,
Yes.
I'm identifying the IDs and the gender of the people. Good, perfect. So now let's go to the next one. The next question is the identity of the females that have legal drinking age. And call this matrix, please, or this vector. And no, it's not going to be a vector because only one column. Call it OK drink female. Okay, so I will move this here so you can have the MATLAB command. My new variable is going to be called OK drink female. When you do this, I will use this Excel. Well, okay, I want another one, another vector, another matrix. Okay, for those that have finished, can you create a new vector and call this vector ID income savings? Okay, you can create piece by piece and then you put the things together. Uh-oh, what happened? What is this? Okay, someone comes to the solution of this part here. So now what we want is OK drink female, right? So this is going to be OK drink female. And what I want is what? I want to take from this one here. No, I cannot use this one here, guys, because I need a relational variable. I can use this one here. Okay, because here I have identified already all the people that is older than 21 years old. So what I can do is, okay, I will use this variable here. Okay, and what I will do from here is which column I will be looking at, guys.
3.
Yes, I will be, no, I'm using this one here.
I 2 then.
2, do you agree? And then what I'm looking for is what?
Is equal to 1.
Yeah, equals because it's a logic equals to 1. And I just need to report column number 1. Agree? I'm not using this one here, guys, because I need something more. I need another relational that we're going to show in a couple of minutes. Make sense to you? Topsy. Here we go. ID, age, gender equals 1 and 6. Is true or not? What is 1 and 6? Oh, yes, the ID is the individual number 1 and the individual number. Wait a second, is this true? Oh, so we said, remember, this is male. We said this is male. So we need to change this to female. We said this is going to be 2. Yeah, 3 and 5. So these 2 are females.
Sorry, I just have a question, and
Yes.
I'm not sure if I missed this, but
Mhm.
why do you have to write the name of the matrix twice? Like, why do you write?
Oh,
Okay.
because what I'm doing here. Okay, let me go back to this guy. So what you want is okay to drink females. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Before that, let me go back. I want to see the data. No, I want to see this one here. One. Yeah. Okay. So I will use this data. Okay. So what I will do is let me go back to my. This is the one. So what I want to identify are all the females that are okay to drink. Got it? I know that females are number 2. Correct? So what I'm telling the program is the following. From this matrix, okay, from okay to drink, you need to select, give me 2 things. You need to give it the number of rows. These are the rows. And that's it. These are the columns. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so the columns number 1 is basically I'm telling, give me the ID only. So this is easy. But now, in order to identify the columns, the rows, how do I identify the rows? You see that? The issue is that I don't know how to, if I don't use this one here, what I'm saying here is basically from this matrix, that happens to be the same matrix as this one. Do you agree? But this one here is going to be only used for identifying the ones that satisfy the condition. So what I'm saying is use this matrix, column 2. So basically use this part here. And just select those that are equal to, well, we're not equal to 1. This was equal to 2. And just select the ones that are equal to 2. So let me check, let me move this for a couple of minutes, because this is important. And on data handling, this is going to be crucial. So take a look to what I'm doing here. No, not this part. I need all this part here. Do you see? So what I'm doing is I'm simply selecting from this matrix, the second column, and I'm choosing those ones that are equal to 2. So it's going to give me 0, 1, 1, and 0. Do you agree? Look. And so these numbers here are going to tell MATLAB, if it's 0, you don't consider a row. If it's 1, you consider a row. Got it? So basically what we are doing here, this one here, the rows are going to be, which rows are going to be considered here? Only the second and the third row of the first column. Make sense? So this one here is simply a trick to find the rows of this particular matrix. Using what data? The data that is contained in the same matrix, in this one here.
Okay. So it's just to specify where the data is coming from.
Yeah, exactly. You need to specify where the data comes from. So now, yeah, you made a good question because the next question is related to that. Can you please create this new matrix? So at this point, guys, we have had a single data set or database. Now we can have the same data, we can have a different database, and what is the only thing that is in common, and this is normally the case, is the ID. So this database contains age and gender, and this database contains income and savings. Can you type all this part here? And then we're going to be working more. I will be typing in Word so I can. Okay, so let me. Okay, so I typed income. So income. This is income. Give me 1 second for savings. These are my savings. And then I can create my ID, my matrix that is going to be ID, income, and saving, okay? And this is going to be equal to ID that we have identified already, income, and savings. You agree, guys? So I have this vector, this matrix, and I have another matrix that is called ID, age, gender, right? So we have these two matrices. See if I can move this a little up. Okay. So now let's do one. For example, I want to create the incomes of all the males. I want to create a vector with the income of the males. Okay, let's call this income male. income male. Got it? Okay, guys. So how do we do that? Here we have an issue. Do you agree? Because in here, I have the income. This is the second column. But the one that has the gender is the second matrix. Agree with me, guys? So I need to mix these two matrices in order to obtain what I want. Okay, so the data is going to come from here. It's going to be ID income savings. Okay, perfect. Let's do the easy one. What columns from here I need to return? Income is column 2, correct? Guys, are you following me?
Yes.
Okay, so now the only tricky part is to find the number of rows. The number of rows, I need to use the data from which matrix? The ID income or the ID age?
H.
Age. So what I need to do is this one here. I need to use this one here to provide me the location of the rows. So here is where which column I'm interested in. All rows, which column?
Third.
The third, because the third contains the gender. Do you agree? And I want these rows to satisfy one condition. So what is the condition? That I'm just looking for male equal to 1. Agree with me or not, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's run. And here we go. Income for males. Okay, copy, and then I will do questions here in Excel. Okay, so you create a vector with income of females. And let's call this income female. So this is going to be ABG income. So you're going to create here two vectors, okay? Yeah, what else I can do? Sync 5A. Okay, okay, guys, let's say, as soon as you are finishing one by one, send me your responses and then we can start working on that. But let's say 10 minutes to do all this stuff. Okay, 3 more minutes, guys, and then if you are able to solve some of them, please send me your code so we can take a look at that. I have income for females. Okay, so let me check. I will move this one here. Okay, the name income for females, I'm using ID income savings. That is the one that has the information about income. But I need to use the information from ID, age, gender. Third column, because I'm interested about the females. Females are number 2. And I'm returning column number 2 of my income. So here we go. Oopsie. Oh, I have a different name. ID income savings, ID general. So what is the difference here? Oh, for me, it's saving. Yeah, this is good. You agree, guys? So be careful. For me, it's saving, but Cameron, I assume for you, it's savings. This is good. Do you get these numbers, guys? 2,500, 2,200, and 1,700.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so now let's go to the next question. The next question is, so 3 is done. Is yellow. So number 4. Well, that's easy, right? The average income of male and female. Okay, so average income of male is going to be very simple. We have all the data already. Average income of male, the command in Excel is mean of income male. Agree with me, guys? 2025. Do you get this number?
Yes.
Perfect. And then the average income of females, we have already the data. The data is in income females. The mean of income females. Oh, females. So it's basically 2,133. When they have some decimals, it appears this one here. What you can do, guys, is you can do format func, and then we can run this again. Okay, guys? Good. So let's go to the next question. So this is already done. The next question, estimate the average savings for males and females. If you want, you can do this in 2 steps, right? First, you separate the savings from the males, and then you separate the savings from the females. Once you have these 2 vectors, you simply take the average. Correct? It's up to you. Okay, I have here immediately Sorry, I need to what is this one here? Okay, so let me put this in here. So I have the mean of ID. Oh, yeah, I need to check the names.
Sorry,
Income.
Professor.
No, no problem. Saving. ID, age. Yeah, that's why I prefer to work with the names, gender. So we can all work on this. And then the mean. Oh, so you're doing 2 in a single run?
Yeah, I couldn't do it in one. I don't know why.
Yeah, but that's okay. So let me check. So I want to do this is okay. Oh yeah, you have done 2. So let me call this for a time being different. Okay. So this is called average saving male, correct? This is the name that we wanted to have. Yeah, let me check. Average saving male. Yeah. So here is this part here, guys, is going to be the matrix. We agree? I want from income savings, I want to use the ID. The ID of gender is in the third one, and I want males. And I want you to return the third column that corresponds to savings. Correct, guys? I will, for a time being, I will delete this for a minute. Oh, sorry, and I have the mean already. Do you agree, guys? So before we did this in 2 steps. We first compute this one here, and then we took the mean. In this case, what your colleague has done is directly in a single run. So I compute the vector, and then immediately I compute the mean. This is correct. Agree, guys?
Yeah.
275. Do you agree? If we have the same numbers, we should have the same result, guys. 275. Now what we can do is we just change the name. Average saving females. What is the only change that I need to do here, guys?
Equal to.
Simply this one equal to. And that's it. I got 433.33. Questions? Yeah, I need to create a matrix for males and females. Okay. So we can call this one here, average income savings, AVG, income saving, male, female. Okay. So this is going to be a vector. Basically, it's going to have the income in the first column, and the savings in the second column. Agree? So this is going to be basically, how do we call it? We call it in average income. The names we need to be careful. Average income male. Then next to it, we have the average income female. And then below, we have the average saving male and the average saving female. You agree with me, guys? Are we okay or not? Yes, 2000. What? Wait. No, this is wrong. This is income male, average income male. Oh, no, this is female. Income male, and this is income female. Yeah. Works, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. And now, which one? The next question is, who earns more, men or females? Guys, remember, this represents the males, the first column, male, and the second column, females. According to this data, this artificial data, who earns more? Females, do you agree?
Yeah,
And who saves more? According to the data, females save
female.
more. Okay? And later we're gonna make this much beautiful in terms of labels, etc. But do you understand this part here? Okay, so we have done this one here. Yeah, who earns more, who saves more? We know this part here. We are gonna do a program later. You're gonna see how this works. Now, okay, the last one. What is the age of the individual with the highest income? Okay, so let me put again my ID, age, gender, just to have it here, and my ID, income, saving. Okay, so basically what I want is that is the what? What I want is the age of the individual with the highest income. Okay, so basically highest income is this guy, right? Is individual number 3. And what I want is his age. His age is going to be 25. Correct, guys? So I want your response to be 25. The question is, select the individual with the highest income. 2 minutes, guys. So let's call this one as gender highest income, okay? You tell me, someone. The only way you can learn this stuff, guys, is by doing yourselves, okay? Don't look the results here, just you need to do it. Tomorrow you're gonna have at least the first 2 classes to practice and do the exercises, please. That's the only way you're gonna learn. Next class, we're gonna start programming. So we're gonna start something more interesting. So, but I need you to learn this part here first, please.
You can use max.
Yeah, you can use max. Yep. Okay, I have here one option. Max int save to, yeah, max ID. Okay, so max ID of income
sorry,
saving. No, that's okay. Number 2. Okay, so but this is gonna give me the maximum income, right? So it's gonna
income,
give
yeah,
me
yeah,
it's gonna give me this one here. But I
yeah,
don't
I
want
got
this
it
one
now.
here. What I want is this one here. Do you agree? I want the age of the highest earning income guy.
So, all right, you can select the ID of the highest income earner then, and then
Yeah, and then you can jump in here if you want, yeah. Or you can do a single, something like we have done here, you know, something that we have done. Wait a minute. Yeah, something like this one also works, right? But you need to change the order of the matrices of the from where you get the data. So a composed one is much better. The less the lines you create, guys, in your program, that much better for you in terms of speed, but also in terms of later understanding the program. Otherwise, it gets so dense when you have many rows. Reading is a pain. The thing is that when you start, don't worry about this stuff. Okay, I remember I told you when I see my old codes, old programs, they are ugly, so really embarrassing. But you get better and better once you practice more and more. Okay, one more minute and then we solve it. One minute, guys, and then we solve it. Okay, so first of all, where the data comes from? And that's what is crucial for us. The data is going to come from this vector. Do you agree? Guys, you agree? So what we need to do now is simply provide the rows and the columns. Which column has the information that I need is the second column. So up to this point is easy. The only thing that I need to select is the rows. Now, the problem with the rows is that I need to use a different matrix. I need to use a matrix that is called income savings. Do you agree? And which particular column from this income savings I need to use, guys? I need to use all the rows. Which column? Guys, which column?
Second.
Second column, because the second column has the income. And now the highest income earner. So this implies that I need to find the maximum of something. Do you agree? Oh, sorry. I want this to be equals to the maximum of something. To the maximum of what? To the maximum of this column. Correct, guys? So basically it's to the maximum of the same column. To the maximum of the same column. Agree with me or not, guys? And that's it. So what I'm doing is select from this data, from this matrix, sorry. Use this, the information from this one here that contains all the income. And I want the position of all the income that is equal to the maximum of this column. And then return column number 2 from the original IDH matrix. So you should return this one here. Yep. Here you go. Okay, 1 minute to copy, guys. If you need to copy. Okay, guys. Questions? Let me create a vector, whatever vector, okay? 1, 3, 5, 4, 9, 1, something like that, whatever. Let's do, yeah, whatever. So now, guys, there is of course, there is a way of sorting in Excel, in Excel, in MATLAB. The MATLAB command is sort X. So let me write X better transpose. Okay, it's much easier to see. So now we can say Y, sort of X. You can see when I say sort, it's always going to sort in an increasing way. Okay, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. Now, if I want to sort in a decreasing way, so let's call this Y1. What I need to do is simply sort. Where's mine? Simply, oh, sorry, it's not T, it's E. Descent. Do you see? In a descending order. Now, the issue with a sort command is that it only works with one column. If you want to work with more than one column, for example, let's do remember we had this matrix IDH. Sorry. You remember this one here? So perhaps what we want is to sort based on the first column, okay? So let's do, I don't know, Y1. is going to be, the command is going to be, guys, sort rows. Sort rows of what? IDH. Which column? 1. If I just write 1, it's going to be in ascending order. Well, in this case, it doesn't change. If I want in descending order, what I do simply is put the negative. So this implies take the first column, negative means descending order. Here you go. Okay, now imagine, guys, so let's go up to X. Oh, no, not X, IDH. So now, can you do the following? I want you to sort this matrix based on the descending order in terms of age. Okay, so what do you do, guys? Let's call this Y2. I want to sort IDH based on the second column, but I want this to be in descending order. So that's why the negative number here. Do you understand that? Works or not? Guys, works or not? It works. So it goes from 25, 23, 22, etc. Okay, question. So we have new commands that is sort and sort rows. Questions, guys? Come on, tell me something. I don't know if you're there.
All good.
All good. Perfect. Okay, so now let's use some logical operators, okay? So we'll just write them here. Logical operators are this one here. This is AND. This is OR. And this is NOT. Got it? We also have is not a number. We also have is infinite or is empty. So these are the ones that we are going to be using all the time. So these are the logical operators, guys. This is AND, this is OR, this is NOT, and then of course is NaN, is infinite, or is empty. We're going to be using all these ones here. Okay, guys? So now let's go back to one of them, ID, age, gender, for example. Now, what I want from you guys is to find women older than, let's say, 18 years old. Okay, select and return ID, age, and gender. Use the logicals. Okay, guys. So what I want you guys from here is to find the women that are older than 18 years old and identify everything. So for example, women, we have this one here. This satisfies the condition, right? It's a woman older than 18 years old, and I want all these columns. This one here also satisfies the condition, and this one here doesn't satisfy the condition. Why? Because even though she's a woman, she's younger than 18 years old. Okay, so you know the answer already. You're gonna provide me this column here and this column here. Okay, 2 minutes to do that. Okay, guys, you tell me. So we can call this women older 18, for example. Okay. So where the data comes from? Think with me, guys. Think with me. Comes from this matrix. Do you agree? Okay. So first go to the columns. That is the easy one. What columns I will use? I will present. What I want to present what columns? Which columns? Guys, which columns? Someone.
Two.
No, remember, I want to present everything. Return ID, age, and gender. So basically everything. Correct? All the columns. So now we need to start talking about, okay, so how do I identify women? Only women, focus on women. Okay, women are identified here, right? So I will put this one, and I want this to be women. So this is my condition. So which column? Where do we have gender?
3.
3. Perfect. But now I have an additional constraint, because I not only want women, but I only want women older than 18 years old, right? So it is an and condition, right? So that's where we use the logical condition. And I will go up on this part here. And what is the other condition? The other condition is in column what?
Column 2.
2. And what I want is this column 2 to be larger, strictly larger than 18 years old. So this is the way of using logicals, guys. So you are telling MATLAB to use 2 conditions at the same time. You can have as many ands as you want, as you program permits here. Here we go. What do you think? 3, 5? Do you remember I told you this? And this one here. Okay, guys? One more question, guys. Can you find the ID and ages of all these individuals, all the individuals that are between 18 and 24 years old, including 18 and including 24 years old? And I want the complete rows. So I want you to select from here all the individuals that are older than between 18 and 24. And then they're all, well, almost all. Well, let's say between 18 and 21, okay, including 18 and including 21. Individuals, so basically larger or equal than 18 and younger than or equal than 21. Let's call this, yeah. Let's call whatever you can imagine, 18, 20, 18, 21. The names are indifferent, guys, okay? The names are indifferent. So you tell me, the matrix where I get the data is this one here. Okay, the easy thing, the columns. Which columns do I need to return? Guys, columns.
Did you just want the ID or everything?
No, I want everything, right?
Oh,
Now, how do I select where do I find the edges, guys? Okay, I need to use this matrix, right? And then from here, which rows I need to select? Which rows contain H? Second, and I want this to be larger or equal than 18. And smaller or equal than 21. Do you agree, guys, with me? I have two chats here. Yes, correct. Yeah, both answers are correct here, Abdi. Good. Okay, they should be, here we go. So we have three individuals that are between 18 and 19. Now, I want this to be sorted by DH in ascending way. So let's call this sorted. Let's call this sort underscore this one here. So if I want to sort based on the second column, and I want this to be ascending, So what do we use? When we have a matrix, guys, we use sort rows. Sort rows of what? Of this one here? Which column?
Second.
Second column. Now, what if you want to do the sorting in the opposite way? First the largest, the oldest, and then the youngest. What do you do?
-2.
Yeah, exactly. Just -2. And that's it. Okay, guys. So we stop here. We are just almost finishing for this part here, and then we're going to start programming next class. Questions?
Professor, the first
Yes.
homework would be due next Monday.
Yes, the first and the second. You know, the
Okay.
first one you can complete for sure. The second one you can do half of that because there is part that we haven't covered today. Just try to do as much as you can, okay? And then we're gonna start solving this stuff. Remember, the solutions come in Word. I should be able to copy paste from your Word to here, and that's it. Please write the code, the name of your programs or of your Word should be, for example, I don't know, exercise or homework 1. Let's do this. Homework 1 and your name. Dot. So this should be the naming convention, guys. Homework 1 and then username. .doc. Make sense? Okay, guys? Questions? Otherwise, we see you on Monday. No questions? No? Nicole, Yijing, Cameron, Vivo, Abdi, okay,
I'm
Boy
good.
to Melo. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
so have a nice weekend. Anything that you need, just let me know. Ping me, send me an email, I will be answering you. Okay, guys? Next
Thank you,
week is
sir.
going to be more programming, so you finally try to review and memorize some of the words, guys, that we have been using. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.